Interrupt that story to bring you some breaking news. A pursuit is underway in Buena Park at this point. Desmond Shaw is live in SkyCal. Desmond, what are they chasing this car for?
It was all for speed, apparently, Amy. We just kind of happened upon this one. It's Buena Park PD. It is this truck right here. It looks like it has a bunch of stuff in the back. Let's double in so we can see if we can identify. It just looks like a bunch of junk, frankly. But wanted for speed, Buena Park PD. We're out here on Cerritos Avenue. We're going down Beach Boulevard at one point. Kind of difficult for us because we're right on the edge of the Disneyland airspace. So we'll see if we're able to stick with this one right now. But some pretty erratic driving. Blew through a couple of red lights. Almost lost control, taking a turn a little bit too quickly. Unfortunately, oh, wow, really close there as he went right through that red light. You saw that person had to slam on the brakes to avoid T-boning this truck. And unfortunately, as it travels eastbound into the Disneyland space, this is getting kind of difficult for us. But Buena Park PD on the ground, as well as Anaheim's Angel airship overhead. So eyes from the ground and the air on this truck. Wanted for speed here on the edge of Buena Park and Anaheim, Amy.
And Desmond, we can see plenty of items in the back. Have you been able to get a good look inside that truck? Is there only one person inside or more than one?
Well, we're getting a little bit of a look right now. It looks like there may just be the one, just the driver right here wearing a cowboy hat. Kind of bobbing his head like, I don't know, he almost, frankly, kind of looks like he's enjoying this. Now they're coming back towards us, and yeah, we can see it looks like that passenger seat is empty right now. But wow, what a close call. You know, we're coming into Friday afternoon rush hour. Everyone getting ready for the New Year's festivities. Might be some extra traffic out there. There you can see the Buena Park cruisers there on the ground that are in pursuit as we're now into a residential neighborhood. And checking in on the speeds here. I mean, look at, we're up to 50 miles an hour on this narrow street right here. So this is definitely a dangerous one.
Definitely dangerous, and we're in the holiday, period still. A lot of kids still out of school, and this truck on the wrong side in the middle of the road, like you said, right in front of these houses. You just never know who's outside playing, maybe with a new bike or some kind of toy or game that they got for Christmas. Going through another stop sign there, Desmond. This is really dangerous, and those speeds are just so fast. People aren't expecting anybody to come down their street, flying like this.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see if, Buena Park PD is able to do, it's almost like this guy is intentionally going underneath us right now. My pilot, Dylan, doing the best to get us out from underneath. There we go. So headed northbound now, I believe, on Dale Avenue. And you saw he was it looked like he was intentionally driving on the wrong side of the road for no reason. Not even like he was avoiding traffic or anything like that. 80 miles an hour now on this street. Absolutely ridiculous driving. Yeah, you're right. Amy, could have people out here walking around and stuff. Kind of, yeah, just really dangerous. We'll see, these Orange County agencies, they definitely have the tendency to be more aggressive when they get the opportunity. So let's see if there is a pit maneuver in the offing to bring this craziness to an end before this person hurts somebody. Turning eastbound again now on Orange Avenue.
And Desmond, I have to say I'm a little surprised that the roads are as empty as they are, 4:12 on a Friday afternoon. A lot of people are off work, but, a lot of people are out running around doing some errands, getting ready for the weekend before the rains start to come. And this guy is just flying through their neighborhoods, and it is just so dangerous. Coming up to another intersection, making that turn.
Here we go.
Maybe
Let's
a pit maneuver.
They're trying. Yeah, they're going to try to pit him right here. Very well executed. Excellent pit maneuver there by Buena Park PD. And let's see if that did the trick. If this driver is going to be, coming in and just ramming him again. Wow. They brought this to a really quick end, surrounding him on all sides. They are out, and I think this guy says, okay, this fun time is over. Now he's got his hands up. So this is what I was talking about with Buena Park PD, these Orange County agencies. They just said enough is enough. They are out there, weapons drawn. They've got the canine ready if he tries anything. It all happened so quickly. The driver probably stunned out here on Magnolia Avenue and West Haven Drive in Anaheim.
Well, I have to tell you, I was a little stunned too, Desmond, that they did this pit maneuver so quickly. A lot of times it seems like, the officers take some time. They get the situation just right, no other cars, but there were still other cars coming in the other direction. I mean, they did an excellent job with this pit maneuver, but I have not seen it happen when other cars are coming the other direction. They usually wait until all is clear.
Yeah, I think, they saw we've got 2 lanes on each side. We've got a turn lane there in the middle. I think it was just a split-second decision there. And as you mentioned, traffic was actually surprisingly light on some of these streets that they were on. So they just decided to, make the calculated decision to get this over when they had the chance because it was just getting so dangerous. And Orange County, a lot less likely to just give up a pursuit because it's dangerous as opposed to what we often see in LA County with LAPD or LA County Sheriff's deputies. Orange County, definitely, they do things a little bit differently down here. So you can see he's had his hand out the window here, but still not complying. We want to see the keys thrown out and the door opening with 2 hands. We have, the one hand up right here. He just kind of has his hand out the window, almost like, hey, what's going on? But I don't think the suspect is following their commands so far.
No, and he's definitely pinned in there with, all sides there, and just watching as he's just, like you said, just sitting in there, maybe taking in the last moments of freedom here. Certainly not the way you want to end 2023 in custody, but just waiting, and we're watching to see how long this is going to take before this person gets out of the truck. Again, wanted for speeding, and that was really it. We've got a truck full of what appears to be a lot of gardening equipment, and now this guy's just sitting in the truck waiting it out, I guess. I'm not sure what he's waiting for, Des, but he's waiting.
Yeah, words are definitely being exchanged. I can see his lips moving, and it almost just kind of looks like he has this demeanor like, what's going on? What did I do? Like, it's just kind of the body language that I'm seeing right now. But if this guy doesn't get out and comply, there's a very high likelihood that he's really going to regret because not only will he be leaving in handcuffs, but, might have some pepper balls shot in there. We've got the canine right here at the ready to go in. And, again, with Orange County, sometimes they will just get this situation diffused very quickly. Whereas if we're dealing with some other agencies, you might see a situation like this go on for a very long time. But in my experience with what we've seen down on this side of the Orange County, LA County line, they will escalate things pretty quickly. If I was this guy, it would be much better to go away in handcuffs than to go away to the hospital in handcuffs with a big dog bite or with some respiratory issues from, pepper balls or something else that they might shoot in. So the sooner that this guy gets out, the better that his New Year's is going to be.
Yeah, Des, and I know that it was all about the speed, but he was driving too fast, and that was the initial want for him. But I wonder, you were overhead much longer than we were able to see, and I know that this driver was going very fast, but did it seem as though he might have also been under the influence? Did it seem like he was swerving or seemed to be struggling to control the truck at all?
Very, very possible. We did see him nearly lose control once. We saw him kind of swerving over the line for no reason at all. The way his kind of head was bobbing up and down, it's definitely worth wondering if that is the case. Again, the original want was just speed, but whenever we see driving like that, that's definitely going to be probable cause for them to suspect, under the influence as well. So we see the officers moving around here. I believe this is going to be less lethal right here that this officer has, maybe pepper balls or something like that. And this is what I'm talking about. They're already making a plan to, force this person out of the car. We don't want to see, or they certainly don't want to see, an hours-long standoff situation here as rush hour gets underway in Anaheim. So we'll see how much longer this goes on. But Buena Park looks like they may already be making plans to make a move here.
Yeah, and a number of officers out there, and as you mentioned, also with the K9, and they've got the non-lethal as well as true guns pointed at this suspect as they were waiting for him to follow their commands and get out of that truck. But again, he's just been sitting there for quite a few minutes now, and this pursuit didn't last too long, but here we're now seeing things drawn out a bit with this guy who just refuses to get out of that Chevy pickup truck that is loaded with what appears to be gardening tools in the back of that truck. And Desmond, can you remind us, what street are they on? Do you know at this point?
Yeah, we're on Magnolia and West Haven. We'll put up our banner here momentarily just to show you here. So well to the south, we're kind of right between Knott's Berry Farm and Disneyland. We're southeast of Knott's and west of Disneyland right now, to give you an idea. Magnolia, you know, pretty important street, but I am looking around here, and besides Beach Boulevard, it is actually, you know, surprisingly empty as far as the traffic goes on these streets. But it looks like Buena Park PD, you know, still giving this guy the opportunity, come out of the vehicle, or this is going to go south really quick. You know, you can see them with their commands. They're still being pretty patient at this point, just not sure how much longer the patience is going to go on. We'll zoom in on him here. Definitely some words being exchanged. He's got his hands up, but just refusing to come out of the vehicle.
Yeah, it is strange to just see him sitting there. I do wonder if he might be under the influence or just maybe just trying to delay the inevitable that he is going to be in handcuffs and in custody this evening. And, you know, so many officers there. Clearly, he's not getting away. We're looking now, again, on the right side of your screen. We are showing you the moment when they did do that pit maneuver. You can see cars on the other side. I mean, really just an excellent pit maneuver, spun that truck right around, and that truck was stopped right there in the tracks, and you quickly saw all of those cruisers just come right at the truck, really just pinning them in on all sides there, and this driver cannot go anywhere, although he is refusing to get out of the truck at this point. We see the hands up. Desmond, you've been able to see that he's talking. He's exchanging words with those officers. This is a time when you really want to be able to hear what they're saying.
Yeah, I really wish we had an ultra powerful, you know, directional microphone or something like that, or a shotgun mic. But alas, here we are. I mean, we're, you know, pretty fortunate, though, to bring you this shot, because if he would have gone any farther east, we would have had issues with the Disneyland airspace, not allowed to fly at this altitude in a 3-mile radius around the theme park. So at least we are able to bring you this. But that, you know, this dog ready to go. I mean, they could release the dog here at any moment if they wanted to. Weapons drawn, still refusing to obey the commands. Just widen out here for a little bit. You can see the really long leash that they have for that dog as well, that they can jerk him back if need be. So they have traffic shut down on both sides of the street, but you know, the way that they moved in so quickly, the one unit doing the pit and then the other three swarming the three sides and surrounding the vehicle within a matter, you know, less than 10 seconds was really remarkable to see. So many times, you know, we'll see a pit maneuver and then the suspect continue, or, you know, able to get out of it if they're not able to surround the vehicle. So the way that all of that was executed was absolutely perfect here by Buena Park PD. But this suspect just, like you said, Amy, maybe just enjoying the last few moments here of New Year's Eve weekend before going away. It is not going to be a fun way to welcome in the new year in jail, that's for sure.
Definitely not. And I just noticed one of those officers back up, but I was going to mention that, you know, they've been standing there with their guns drawn, pointed right at that suspect, and they had not, you know, lowered their weapons. They are ready. You can see that one officer there on the passenger side, another one on the driver's side of that other vehicle, now another one going up. Maybe they are doing a little rotational here, but, you know, guns drawn. They are ready, and, you know, we are hoping that, of course, this will end peacefully, but this driver just refusing to get out. His arm is up there. It appears that he's sitting in that truck casually. Clearly, we know that this is not a casual time for anyone out there, but he just does not seem to want to listen to those commands to get out of that truck. And, you know, clearly can't go anywhere at this point, just surrounded by these officers. I think when you zoomed out, I saw at least 8 cruisers, and there are plenty of officers there. And as you mentioned, Desmond, the street is blocked off. No way to get out of this. And we just hope that he will listen to commands and give up. We're showing you again that pit maneuver, and really an excellent job by those Buena Park PD officers. I mean, just spun that truck around very quickly. And as you mentioned, Desmond, I mean, those other cars just came straight in, got blocked in right away. And we're seeing a live look there on the left side of your screen. Is he holding up some paper, Desmond? What is he holding up?
Yeah, he had some kind of piece of paper there was holding up and looked like he was reading from the paper. And now he's put it down. Very peculiar. Not sure what that was. More words being exchanged here as well. But if this suspect tries anything sudden, any sudden movement or anything, they're going to release the dog, and he's really going to regret it. We saw that happen fairly recently with a pursuit that dragged on for quite some time up into the Newhall Pass, and he had gotten out and looked like he was going to get out of it without being bit, and then he turned around right before he surrendered, and they released the dog, and he ended up having to go to the hospital with a pretty nasty bite. So this person is really risking some serious injury here by not complying, and you just wonder, what is the purpose on this, and all of this, for speeding at the beginning. Almost certainly something else going on here. If they were under the influence, like you were thinking, maybe Amy, or something else going on. But yeah, I mean, and then if they were just coming from a day of work or what, you see all of the lawn equipment in the back, all of the gardening care. So just very peculiar. Always wonder what is going on with these suspects, what could be going through their mind for them to want to go through all of this only to be caught anyway. And there's definitely worse things than being arrested. A serious dog bite is one of those things.
Yes, and to go from a speeding ticket to now a whole lot worse that this driver is now facing. And I'm sure a lot of our viewers at home are wondering, well, why don't they just go get him? Well, these officers are certainly trained to suspect that this driver could in fact have a weapon. They can't take things lightly. They have to really assume that he could be armed, and so they need to make sure that they go about this in the right way. And as you mentioned, that canine is there on the side, ready to be used by its handler if need be, if this person just refuses to come out. But again, we're seeing all of those officers with their weapons drawn. We've seen, guns as well as the less than lethal rifles out there. But you can see at least, what do we got? 2, 4, 6, 7 cruisers out there. Des, maybe more? 8?
Yeah, we're just widening out here while there seems to be, kind of this lull, and seeing they have not just, West Haven and Magnolia shut down, but there's some officers. It's starting to kind of draw a crowd, it looks like, with some of the people that live in this apartment complex right here. People coming out to see what all the commotion is. I'm sure there's, some loud kind of booms coming from the loudspeakers of the police, shouting commands at the suspect, and everybody wanting to know what's going on. And so Buena Park PD having to do a little bit of crowd control as well. As we know, the longer that these things drag on, the more of a spectacle they can turn into. Anaheim still has their, low-flying helicopter going over, so that's actually, never mind, my pilot Dylan corrected me that they have since left, since it looks like the helicopter no longer necessary on this one. But yeah, a lot of commotion, people wanting to see what's going on. And I'm actually really surprised that Buena Park hasn't done more with this so far. Like I said, almost any time we're on, down in Orange County with really any of the agencies down here, they have a tendency to, they'll have a little bit of patience. They're going to give them maybe 5 or 10 minutes, shout out the commands, and if they don't comply, they're going to end it one way or another. So definitely giving this suspect every opportunity to come out peacefully, but they still refuse to do that.
Yeah, and I'm guessing that we've probably got about another maybe 30 minutes left of daylight, and then it's going to be dark out here, a little tougher to see exactly what's going on inside that truck. And, you're just hoping and really wondering why he's refusing to come out, because he's really not going anywhere. And you wonder if this is his neighborhood, that he was trying to get to his home. But certainly this went on for not a real long pursuit, because they were able to do that pit maneuver rather quickly, and it was an excellent pit maneuver. Got that truck turned around and really disabled right away, pinned in, and now we are just waiting to see if this driver, who was initially being pursued because of speeding and now refusing to get out. He's been sitting there in a relatively nonchalant manner with his arm up. He's been engaging with officers, saying some things. At one point, not so long ago, we saw him holding up some piece of paper, not exactly sure what that was about. And when he first was driving, Desmond, I thought that we saw he was wearing a It appeared to be like a white cowboy hat, but it seems that he has taken that off at this point as well, correct?
Yeah, he did have a white cowboy hat on. Looks like he has put that Stetson, I believe they call that, in the on the passenger seat. He might have a, can't tell if that's like a cast or an armband or a wrist guard or something that he's wearing as well. Looks like a couple of tattoos on his right arm. But, you know, I don't know. Sometimes these suspects are almost like they're just kind of in denial about the inevitable that's going to happen. And sometimes they, you know, intentionally just try to drag this out as long as they possibly can, try to annoy the officers as long as they possibly can. But it's just such a risk to do that when we know that how these can go with the less lethal methods that the police have. They have beanbag guns that they could shoot out some of the glass. They have pepper balls that they can shoot in that to really irritate your nostrils and your eyes. They also have a form of, they call it cold gas, that they can throw in there that really, really irritates the lungs. And of course, they have the canine. These dogs that are amped up, and when these dogs are ready to go and they give those commands, they are ready to, you know, get in there and, you know, frankly, it can get pretty violent very quickly. So it almost is just like, you know, we see these things all the time, almost every day, and it's almost like, do these suspects realize like what they're risking by just sitting and acting like this and refusing to comply? It's almost like they're just in kind of denial of reality.
Absolutely. And sometimes we watch as they make, it appears, phone calls and perhaps talking to family or friends before they know they are taken into custody. We are going to continue to follow this